Hey, beautiful people. Uh, I think I forgot to connect my headphones. So let me just check something real quick. Okay, I'm back. Oh, you can't hear me? Okay. I just had to double check some stuff. So how are y'all tonight? I'm sitting out here on this what they call this thing, the balcony, to give me some fresh air because I'm tired. So send me some hearts, drop me a comment. Who is out there with me? Hey, mommy. Tonight is actually a really interesting topic that has really gotten me thinking on a lot of things, futuristic wise for just business and business development. And so I wanted to share that with you guys because I think oftentimes it's something that we don't think about. Hey, Lolita. That's my Lolo. She hate when I call her that, but she's still my Lolo. Um, and I'm glad she's on here today because this is definitely a topic that she is going to benefit from with the launch of some of the amazing things she has going on in the background. So I'm gonna wait like maybe 60 seconds to give my other peeps the opportunity to jump on here, and then I'm gonna share this good information with you guys. How's everybody's Tuesday going so far? What am I loving today? I know it's a little gloomy outside, but I'm gonna need y'all to perk up y'all spirits. So let's see what time. 7:03. Is that right? Yep. All right. So let's go. So, interesting thing. I actually got a newsletter from. It's been a Turn Up Tuesday. It's been. I got a newsletter from a newsletter that I'm subscribed to. It's actually um, a client of mine's client. So they do business with this person. And they sent out this newsletter about how the CEO of that organization was having some health challenges. And she was very authentic and transparent with sharing what was happening with her. Um, and she had, right before that, I remember a newsletter coming out where she had actually named a young lady that was working with her as her new president and COO. And for those of you who are not familiar with the corporate lingo, that's your chief operating officer. And so she had actually named that. And so, ironically, when this newsletter came out and I was reading about some of her health challenges, my heart just really went out to her. But I also thought, wow, what a smart cookie because she actually planned for something like this. And oftentimes, we as small business owners, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, we don't plan for things that could potentially happen. And so I really sat and thought about, wow, if I needed to be away from my business for a while, hey, Miss Elaine, would business still be able to run and thrive as it does when I'm here? And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about succession planning. And so if you have never heard of succession planning, then I'm glad you're here. I'm going to share some great information with you. And succession planning, I think, as well as I've really started to think about it, it's not just about business, but it can be tied to our personal lives as well. And so, you know, basically what is succession planning, right? Succession planning is a strategy for really identifying and developing your company or whatever, your ministry, and the people within it at all different levels. And so succession plans are really used to plan and address the inevitable, those things that happen. People get sick, people die, employees, volunteers resign, people get fired, whatever the case, they find a new job, whatever the issue is, but things happen. And so they make your succession plan to make sure that you're prepared and adequately equipped for all these contingencies by really identifying the things that can happen in advance. And so this is often a critical process that gets overlooked in business, whether it be small business, large business, church, ministry, whatever have you. Um, it gets overlooked. How many of you, just send me some likes or drop a comment, have actually sat down and started to develop a succession plan for your personal businesses and ministries or families? I want you to really think about that. Will your family, will your business, will your ministry still be able to thrive and continue on if you were not there leading the charge? And so that's the question I want you to continue to really ponder tonight as we continue to talk. And so this is actually a manageable event. We seem to think that people getting sick, people leaving is something that we can't control, but we actually can manage it and plan for it so that it doesn't have to turn out to be a crisis. And so the end result is really just having a well-oiled machine. And you guys know I love processes and procedures and things like that. And this is why, because it really helps us to address those situations that are not so favorable. So succession planning is about making sure that your organization can continue to grow and to move forward. So why is that important? Right? It helps you plan for the future. It helps you protect your brand and your brand identity. It helps you to attract and really develop great talent or partner with really great people. And it helps to minimize your risk. And so this was super important for me because I had to think about, if I was not able to continue on, what impact does that have to my clients? So I want you to think about that. If you were not able to do what you do, what impact does that have to your community? What impact does it have to your clients? What impact does it have to the people around you? So this is why succession planning is important. So I want to share with you 5 things that I really think are key to mapping out a succession plan. And so step number 1 is identifying the critical positions in your business, in your organization, in your ministry. And so these are those positions or those roles that if that person didn't show up to work tomorrow, it would have a drastic effect on your business. Your business would not be able to really meet the needs of the people that you serve if this person didn't show up to work tomorrow. So you want to identify those critical positions, right? And you being one of those people, because if you're a solopreneur, as they call it, or if you're the only person working in your business, then you are probably doing all the critical roles, which means if you don't show up tomorrow, that's going to be a huge negative effect to your clients and the people that you serve. So that's number 1. Number 2, you want to create an inventory of existing skill sets. And so you have to know what the storehouse of skills and knowledge that you already have, whether that be for you personally, if you've never taken the time to really map out your skills and get them down in writing. That's something you need to do, because if you ever need to replace you, even if it's for a short-term period of time, you need to know, what does this other person need to have in order to be able to do such an amazing job, because we all do amazing jobs, right? So you want to take an inventory of your existing skill sets. If you're working with contractors, if you're working with vendors, then you need to be able to document and be able to say, okay, these are the skill sets that they bring to the table. These are the skill sets I would need to replace. And so you want to make sure that you have that documented somewhere so that it'll be easy for you to find that next person. So that's super, super important. And it'll help you to identify the gaps, because if you realize that you're really strong in this area of skills. Let's say maybe you have a lot of leadership skills, a lot of management skills, but you don't really have a lot of people on your team or that you're connected to who have good financial skills or accounting skills. You want to make sure that that's something that you add to their team. So it helps you to identify those gaps. So that's super, super important. Step number 3 is to find and assess potential successors. So you want to find people who would potentially be great people to replace those key positions that we talked about earlier. And so, in order to do that, you have to know what those positions are, right? That's why we started with step number one, which was to identify those critical positions. So, you want to make sure you want to do that and look at your organization as a whole: human resources, marketing, client experience, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you know what they are and who would be a good fit to do that. So, if you're still working in business by yourself, it's never too early to really start developing relationships with people who could potentially help you in the future that you may need. Graphic designer, marketer, accountant. It's never too early to start building those relationships and kind of making a plan for people who would be good to be part of your succession plan. And then step number four is you want to document and then implement that plan. So once you've identified all your strategies, who potential people are, you want to put them into an actual action plan, clearly defining roles and responsibilities. That's going to be a huge part of that. So you want to make sure you do that. And then step number five is you want to do a trial run and evaluate the effectiveness. So this would be a great time to take a vacation, right? To really see if the person that you've identified or if the plan and strategy that you've put together is really solid and tight where your business could actually run without you. Even if you do it for a short period of time, maybe it's just, a 2 or 3 day period that you're going, but take a vacation. This is a great time to have a potential successor step in and assume some of your responsibilities and find out if they really have the experience and if they're prepared to kind of take on that bigger role. So those are my 5 steps. Remember, succession planning is just smart business planning, and it's a critical component of what you do. So I hope that was helpful. Those are my tips for today. I will hang around in the group to see if there are any questions or comments that I can help answer. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Send me some love. Let me know that you got all that. Hope it was good stuff. Well, I know it was good stuff. I just hope that you can take it and apply it. I forgot to give you your challenge. Your challenge, should you choose to accept, is to go back and look at your business, look at your ministry, look at your life, and find out where do you need a succession plan, and then start to implement some of these steps. So that's your challenge. Mwah. Until next time, I'll see you later.